Welcome back to Ms. Teacher Tube with Janice Leong. In today's episode, we're going to look at the benefits of growing plants indoors as opposed to outdoor. I have reviewed this seed kit before. This is a tomato seed kit that I bought, and I germinated many more tomato plants than I absolutely needed. These are the little pots that I originally germinated them in. Right now I'm using these for other growing projects because they're just lovely little pots that came with it. We get 4 of these in this kit. Now, I planted all of my tomato seeds at the same time. And this is, although I love my AeroGarden, I wanted to grow a variety of tomatoes this year, seeing that it's a COVID year and there's a lot of time at home. I really want to experiment with different tomato plants because I really don't have any experience with it. So I got this variety pack, and then of course I'm growing the heirloom cherry tomatoes in my AeroGarden. And as much as I love my AeroGarden, I wanted to branch out a little bit. So these are the tomato plants from this kit. So there's the Scotia tomatoes, the Tiny Tims, the Roma, and cherry tomatoes. Now, all of these tomatoes were germinated at the same time. This is the group I grew indoor in my window. When they were little babies, they all had LED grow lights. When they got older, these were just sun from the window, no extra LED lights for them. And these were the same variety outside. So you can see there's a huge difference in the amount of growth, even though they're exactly the same plant and they were germinated exactly the same time. So let me just go through the variety that I have. This little guy that you see here is a Scotia tomato plant that was grown outside. Here is my Scotia tomato plant that was grown inside. This is what my Roma tomato plant looks, this little guy here, outside. And here, I have to move my cherry one over. This little guy here is my Roma tomato plant inside, still considerably bigger than this one. Next is the Tiny Tims. Well, here you can hardly find it. It sure is a tiny little plant. In the indoor variety, it's still a tiny plant. This is my Tiny Tim here, but the stalk and the entire plant is still a lot bigger than the outdoor variety. Last but not least, this is my cherry plant from outside. And well, just look at this magnificent thing on the end here. This is all cherry plant from inside. It is easily 4 times the size of the outdoor plant. So these, from what I've researched, should grow about 3 or 4 feet tall, 4 at the very most, but they're probably about a 3-foot plant. So I'm going to keep this up on my table by my window. But if it grows really big and bushy, I'm obviously going to have to move it to the floor by a different window. However, I think these are going to grow a lot larger than I anticipated. So worst case scenario, I'll keep the 2 on the end and I'll have to take out the center 2. And that may just mean just cutting them at the root so they die off to allow the 2 end ones to expand. I don't know, I'll keep you posted on this project as it goes along. And certainly the outdoor ones, I've planted these all over in my gardening boxes off the sides of my gazebo. And they're not doing much better. So they're all quite little outside. But anyway, as the summer goes by, and certainly as these grow bigger and bigger, I will talk more about these tomato plants in this particular package. I have not started seeing flowers on these, so I have not started pollinating to grow my tomatoes. I think I'm probably 2 to 3 weeks away from getting little flowers on them and starting to develop my tomatoes. But anyway, I will update you later on these plants. See you later. Welcome back. So now we're looking at my plants where I've got them situated inside of my house. So this is my main window off of my kitchen nook, and it's a south-facing window, so it gets lots of sun all day long. And this is where I've positioned this planter. Now, the planter I'm using for this tomato project is the Lechuza Balconera. It's an indoor-outdoor planter. It's got a water reservoir under it. It's got this nice little gauge on it. Tells me when it's full, when it needs to be watered. So it's kind of like a hydroponics unit with soil. So you don't have to baby it, you know when to fill it. If you're using this type of planter, it's really important to ground your plants first. So don't fill the reservoir first, water from up top to allow them to fully root into the bottom, and then start filling your reservoir up. Now, these guys drink a lot of water, but still, because the reservoir is so large under the bottom here, I'm only filling it every other week, maybe 2 weeks max. Now, again, we're getting full on light here. I don't have little flowers forming yet, but again, in the next video, I'll keep you posted on how my indoor-outdoor gardening project is going with these tomatoes. For now, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next episode. Again, if you like these videos, they're helpful to you, please like and subscribe. Thank you.